بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى، وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته، الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته، واستعملنا بسنته، وتوفنا على ملته، واحشرنا في زمرته وتحت لوائه، واجعلنا من رفقائه، وأوردنا حوضه، واسقنا بكأسه، وانفعنا بمحبته. اللهم آمين. وأسألك بأسمائك التي دعوتك بها أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عدد ما وصفت ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت، أن ترحمني وتتوب علي وتعافيني من جميع البلاء والبلوى، وأن تغفر لي وترحم المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وأن تغفر لعبدك المذنب الخاطئ الضعيف، وأن تتوب عليه إنك غفور رحيم. اللهم آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك بحق ما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وقدرتك وجلالك وبهائك وسلطانك، وبحق اسمك المخزون المكنون الذي سميت به نفسك وأنزلته في كتابك واستأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. وأسألك باسمك الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت، وإذا سئلت به أعطيت. وأسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم، وعلى النهار فاستنار، وعلى السماوات فاستقلت، وعلى الأرض فاستقرت، وعلى الجبال فرست، وعلى الصعبة فذلت، وعلى ماء السماء فسكبت، وعلى ماء السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا محمد نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا آدم نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به أنبياؤك ورسلك وملائكتك المقربون صلى الله عليهم أجمعين. وأسألك بما سألك به أهل طاعتك أجمعين. أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مطحية والجبال مرسية والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب منيرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أحصاه اللوح المحفوظ من علمك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب عندك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء ما أنت خالقه من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد صفوف الملائكة وتسبيحهم وتقديسهم وتحميدهم وتمجيدهم وتكبيرهم وتهليلهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية والرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة تقطر من سماواتك إلى أرضك وما تقطر إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت الرياح وعدد ما تحركت الأشجار والأوراق والزروع وجميع ما خلقت في قرار الحفظ من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في بحارك السبعة مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد طيران الجن والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الطيور والهوام وعدد الوحوش والآكام في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الأحياء والأموات. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد من يمشي على رجلين ومن يمشي على أربع من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه من الجن والإنس والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما يجب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا
Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu teala aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerif getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âli ezvâc-ı tahirat-ı evlâd-ı Resulü ashab-ı gücün efendilerimizin, sair Enbiya Azam ve Resul-i Kiram hazretlerinin erbah şeriflerine, Pirimiz Bilal-i Habeşi radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Mihmendar-ı Resul-i Kibriya, Eyyub Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Eyyub Ansari radıyallahu anh, Şah Murşidan, Şah Hacı Muhammed Buhadi Naksibendi Bukhari, Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, Mevlana Ziyaddin Halil Bağdadi, SahibulZaman, Kıbretül İslam, Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel Hakkani, SahibulSaif, Şeyh Abdulkerim Kibrisi Rabbani, Kadı Salah Asarım Hazretinin ervahı için, Hadimül Haremeyn-i Şerifen Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebul Fatih vel Magazi Fatih Sultan Mehmed Han ve Seddar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşen Hazretinin ervahına evni inayetine, ala husus bu caminin bayinisi ve bugüne kadar işlesin gelmiş geçmiş İmam Muazzin Kayyum cemaatinin ve kafe ehli iman ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallû aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya alas-salah. Hayya alas-salah. Hayya alel-felah. Hayya alel-felah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
La ilahe illallah. Seyyid-i Mevlana Muhammed Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahibihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nastağfir eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve zevâcihi ve ashabihi ve tabi hulefâ raşidin mahdin min ba'di. Ve zerimmeti ala tahkik ve züzze minhum ala lamiti hulefâ Resulü ala tahkik. Umarel mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala baki sahabi tabi'in ridvanat aleyhim ecma'in. Ya eyyuhal mu'minul hazirun. İttakullah Teala innallâhe mellezîne tekvellezîne hum muhsinun. Velhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Vessalatu vesselamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin. Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who says in the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Anbiya, BismillahiRehmannirRahim. And we created mountains on the earth, lest it should shake with them. And we have made therein paths and ways, so that they are guided. We made the sky a protective roof. Yet, do they turn away from such signs? He is the one who has created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, each floating in an orbit. We did not grant to any man before you eternity on earth. So if you die, would they be eternal? Every soul must taste of death. And we test you with evil and good as a trial. And to us you will be returned. And when those who disbelieve see you, they but take you as a joke, saying, "Is this the one who talks about our gods?" While they themselves deny all mention of Ar-Rahman. Man is made of haste. I shall show you my signs, but ask me not to hasten. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Prophets, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, who said, when someone asked him how to send salawats, say, Ya Allah, send prayers upon Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, his wives and his offspring, just as you have sent prayers upon Ibrahim, and bless Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, his wives and his offspring, just as you have blessed the family of Ibrahim. Indeed, you are worthy of all praise and majestic. May peace and blessings also be upon his noble companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar Farooq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the sultans of the path, the Shaykh of the Naksibendi way. May peace and blessings be upon the Ottoman sultans, the guardians of truth and justice. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah curse those who hate them. May Allah return their rights to them soon. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, the khutbah is for advice. Let us take advice from Farooq al-Azam, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, who said, all praises are due to Allah, who honored us with Islam, blessed us with Iman, and showered His mercy on us through His Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. May Allah guided us through him away from deviation, brought us together from different groups, brought our hearts together, helped us against our enemies, gave us authority in the land, and made us brothers who have love for each other through Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. So praise Allah for this favor. Ask Him for more in this way, and for the ability to thank Him for it. Allah definitely keeps His promise of helping you against those who oppose you. Beware of committing sins and being ungrateful. When any nation showed ingratitude for a favor and did not make tawbah, Allah certainly snatched away its honor and dignity and gave power to the enemies over it. And Farooq al-Azam speaks the truth. The words of the great ones, they are oceans. And within these words we find good news, we find warning, and we find advice. The good news is that for the believers we have the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And it's through the Holy Prophet ﷺ that we are saved from deviation. And we are united, that our hearts are together, that we are helped against enemies, and that we are made brothers who love each other. What is Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh saying? As long as we show gratitude for that favor, meaning the favor of the blessing of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, as long as we are thanking Allah for that Holy Prophet ﷺ, He will keep His promise of helping us. But as soon as people are ungrateful, as soon as people leave the Holy Prophet, as soon as people show ingratitude towards the Holy Prophet, our honor and our dignity will be taken away and will be left in the hands of our enemies. So the Ummah Muhammad, where are we today? Are we those who are still in the state where we are constantly giving thanks to the Holy Prophet, showing love to the Holy Prophet and living for the Holy Prophet? Or did we leave him and leave his way and have our honor taken away from us? Look at the ummah that became helpless in this world. Yes, we were ungrateful to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and to the Khalifa of the Holy Prophet. Yet, the Muslims removed the representative of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And since then, the enemies have had ruling over us and have kept us in a state of humiliation. And the root cause, as Hazrat Umar radiallahu was saying, is that we stopped showing thanks and gratitude to Allah, and especially thanks and gratitude to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil al-Hakkani Qadasullah Sir is putting it very clearly about what happened to us. He is saying, BismillahiRehmannirRahim, the time now is the end times. And since the appearance of Islam all the way to the year 1923, there were Ulul Amr Sultans of the Islamic world, those who kept the Shariat, and who was the strongest of Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat was the Ottoman dynasty. May paradise be their abode. There was none among them on corrupt ways, all on Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat. Now it has been 100 years that the Khilafat was abolished. The era of tyrants began. If a person doesn't understand, or doesn't understand that he is living in the era of tyrants, or that he doesn't believe that, then he will not understand the nature of this world. If a person thinks that this world is perfect, then he is definitely going to be tricked by Dajjal. We reach to the time that the Holy Prophet ﷺ described to the Sahabi that our Shaykh is always reminding us. He ﷺ said, soon the nations will be summoned to you just like one is invited to a feast. It was said, will we be few on that day? The Prophet ﷺ said, no. Rather, you will be many in that day, but you will be like scum, such flowing away down the torrent. Allah will remove your haybat from the chests of your enemies, and Allah will insert al-wahn in your hearts. It was said, Ya Rasulullah, what is this weakness? And the Prophet ﷺ said, love for the worldly life and hatred of death. Our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim al-Kibrisi Rabbani, is telling us the consequences of what happened when the Ummah brought al-wahn in their hearts, saying, SahibulSaif is saying, we have lost. Mankind has lost just because they left the way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. When they held the way that the Holy Prophet ﷺ was showing, it brought 72 different tribes under one banner, the banner of Islam. They were not fighting. They were not eating each other, and they were not separating from each other. Today, under the name of Islam, Muslim nations have separated. They put borderlines, and in those borderlines, they have the world's heaviest machineries that not even birds can fly from one side to another side. This is not civilization. Civilization was done by Islam, that even 100 years ago, you could have taken off from Morocco going all the way down to Indonesia, and you didn't even need anything else but just one passport, one ID with which you could go everywhere. That was civilization. All the Sahabi were following the footsteps of that Holy Prophet ﷺ, the teachings of that Prophet ﷺ. They were coming listening, going home and applying it to their lives, to their family members. And they were seeing that their lives, they were becoming better every day. Yes, we see it. We are seeing it. Small tribes of the Arab nation that never ruled themselves by themselves. They were always under the authority and ruling of other nations, either the Persians, the Romans, the Byzantines, or the other ones, Egyptians. But as soon as they came to Islam, in the shortest time, they became the strongest nation on the face of the earth. They brought that light everywhere. Just taking his horse, one Sahabi was reaching to the other side of the world and bringing Islam. Not going and saying to people, we are the scholars and we're bringing you this. Oh, get together and stand up for me. No. But saying, this is what the Prophet ﷺ was saying. This is what the Prophet ﷺ was doing. And this is how he was living. All those different nations, when they were taking that seriously, before they know it, the nation was changing. The people were changing. So the message is to East and to West, North and South. If mankind is looking for safety, then it must run for Islam. If they are not running for that, then Islam is not falling, is rising. Rising. Every single day that we are attacking, Allah is making Islam to rise. Allah is making that Prophet ﷺ to rise. They can attack in any way they like, but that Prophet ﷺ is going to higher stations, inshallah rahman. Muslims forget, but they shouldn't forget. Our nation, our ummah, it was the greatest nation that came on the face of the earth. It was the greatest civilization that came on the face of the earth. Humans did not know humanity until the Holy Prophet ﷺ came and until his flag spread across the world. Nobody understood what rights were, what justice was, what law was until Islam came. Nobody understood what beauty was until Islam came. Nobody knew how to live as a human until Islam came. And when the Khalifa was removed, all of that was removed. That is why we are living in an unjust, cruel, tyrannical, heartless, ugly world. And as Shaykh Efendi is saying, the only way back is Islam. Not Islam that a person comes up with from their own imagination. The Islam that gave us greatness. The Islam of our grandfathers. And that Islam, the foundation of that Islam, going back to Hazrat Umar's words, is honoring the Holy Prophet ﷺ and putting the Holy Prophet ﷺ above everything else. Listen to the respect that the Sahabis had for the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Once an ambassador of Quraysh came to negotiate with the Holy Prophet. When he returned to the unbelievers, he said to them, "O people, by Allah, I have been to the kings and to Caesar, Khusrau and Najash, yet I have never seen any of them respected by his people as much as Muhammad ﷺ is respected by his companions. By Allah, if he spat, the spittle would fall in the hand of one of the Sahabi who would rub it on his face and skin. If he ordered them, they would carry out his order immediately. If he performed ablution, they would struggle to take the remaining water, and when they spoke, they would lower their voices and would not look at his face constantly out of respect. And with that love and respect, with that attitude of Sami'na wa Ata'na, they brought Islam to the east and to the west. And the Sultanate that the Holy Prophet ﷺ described, that came after the Maliks, they gave the highest and the greatest respect to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Not only to him, they gave the biggest and the highest and the greatest respect to his Ahlul Bayt. They gave the greatest respect to the Sahabe Kiram. And they were defending the Sahabe Kiram from the dirtiness of those who hate them. They were giving the highest and greatest respects to the friends of Allah, east, west, north and south, the holy Ottomans. They were the guardians of the Haramain. They were the ones who renovated and decorated the Rawza Sharif. They were the ones who protected and revered his holy emanats. They were the ones who would send letters of brokenness and respect to the tomb of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They were the ones who would stand just because letters came from Medina. They were the ones who gave a salary to every Sharif and Sayyid so they wouldn't work but just make dua for the Ummah. They were the ones who looked at Istanbul after its conquest, one of the greatest feats in human history, and said, I could burn this down just for one smile from your rose face, Ya Rasulullah. A witness of history for the love of the Ottomans to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It is written on the walls of Masjid al-Nabawi. Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan I, Janat Mekan, wrote a poem in Arabic that decorated the masjid. The enemies of the awliya Allah and the Prophet covered his holy words with very thick paint so that nobody can read it, but they are still there in the masjid. Inshallah, soon those words will be opened again so the whole world can see the love of the Osmanlis for Habibullah alayhi wasalam. Sultan Abdul Hamid is saying, Ya Sayyidi, Ya Rasulullah, take my hand. I have no one beside you, nor will I stop to depend on anyone other than you. You are the light of guidance in everything that exists, the secret of generosity, the best reliance. Truly, you are the helper of all creation, and you are the guide of mortals to Allah, the owner of help. And he ends his verses saying, in him, alayhi salatu wasalam, I have taken refuge. Perhaps Allah will forgive me. This is what I count on and firmly believe. Therefore, his tireless praise shall never cease to be my task, and love of him sustains me in the presence of the Lord of the throne. May Allah bless the Holy Prophet, and may Allah raise the rank of those sultans who made their hearts into rawzas for the Holy Prophet ﷺ. O believers, the Ottomans did their work for Islam. The Ottomans wrote their names in golden alphabets in the history of Islam. Who now is going to do the work of Islam? Who is going to make the love of Rasulullah ﷺ the priority in their life? Or have we all sunk into the love of this world? Or have we all sunk into the hatred of death? We have lost our reason for living. Go back to the Prophet ﷺ. He is the reason for living. Our Shaykh is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this job, this duty to mankind. Man must establish the Shariat again in this world. Man must open the Quran Kareem. Man must work to bring the Khalifa, and man must open the flag of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It's not going to come from the sky. It's going to come from these men that are living today on earth. We are all responsible. In the judgment day, we will all be questioned. Allah will ask us, what have you done to bring the Khilafat back and to put my laws back on? What did you do? What did you do? Everyone will be questioned according to their level and according to their station. So is this the time now that we're going to worry to save Shaitan from hell? Shaitan is not worrying to save you from hell. Shaitan is running to bring you to hell with all these kinds of foolishness, with ideas. You must wake up. We must wake up. O my nation, wake up, don't sleep. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying to us, don't sleep doesn't mean going to sleep in the night time. It means be in an awakening station. Inshallah Rahman, we have to wake up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us and sent us in this time. There is a reason. We have a job to do. We must associate with a guide He will show us our job so that we don't go back to Allah without having fulfilled our reason of creation. May Allah give us understanding and strength and keep laziness and weakness away from us. May He send us His help. May He help this ummah. May we walk behind our Shaykh in the footsteps of the Habib, alayhi wassalam. Amin. Shaykh Maulana is saying, let's understand. Let's understand. May we understand. Our Lord has granted us a good life for the sake of His beloved Habib. Let's step and walk in His footsteps. That glorious Prophet. Say, O glorious Prophet. Let's step and walk in the blessed footsteps that our glorious Prophet walked. How beautiful, how honorable, how nice to follow the footsteps of our Prophet. Amin. Amin. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-azim al-aziz. La ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulku wa hamdu wa shay'un qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka. Subhan qudusun rabbina. Subhan qudusun rabbina. Subhan qudusun. Inna dinna indallah al-islam.
BismillahiRehmannirRahim. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد محمد عدد حلمك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأراضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأراضين شرقها وشرقها وغربها، سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها، إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها، ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى، وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا.
In the khutbah, I'm mentioning a person who is
No, you're saying a person who's not
grateful, who's ungrateful.
Who's ungrateful. Allah gives power to his enemies.
Allah gives. I didn't say that.
Wait,
Who is saying that?
wait, I don't.
We mentioned at least 3 times who said that. Who remember who said that? You all weren't here? You were somewhere else?
I was here, but I can't remember.
You remember, doctor? Subhanallah. Okay, doctor doesn't remember. Okay, lawyer, you remember? Never mind, don't say. Lawyers talk too much anyway.
Okay, so I was
It's
thinking.
Hazrati Omar. Don't gloss over it. I didn't let you off.
Oh, sorry.
It's Hazrati Omar. We have to be
Umar,
very
yeah.
clear.
Oh, sorry.
It's Farooq Azam.
Okay.
Omar Farooq. Hazrat Lari, okay? He is saying this. Yes.
Okay, so I was thinking that if a person who's ungrateful
The person who is ungrateful, Allah will do what?
give power to his enemies.
Allah will give power to his enemies.
Enemies.
Yes.
Does this also include the ego and shaitan?
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Does this also include the ego and shaitan? If
Yes.
a person who's ungrateful,
Absolutely.
the ego will get stronger
Absolutely.
and the shaitan.
Yes. Who are first your enemies? They're the enemies that are inside. What does it mean when you are ungrateful to Allah? Allah will give power to your ego. Let's say you eat this chocolate, but you don't eat saying BismillahiRehmannirRahim. You don't eat remembering the ni'mat of Allah. You don't eat saying Shukr Ya Rabbi. How nice. So many people, they don't have this. I'm eating. This is coming from you, Ya Rabbi. And you don't share it with other people. You start eating now. Without Bismillah-i-Sharif. You start eating now, without Bismillah-i-Sharif, no protection. You start eating more and more and more and more. No benefit comes to you, you're not going to share. It hardens your heart. People are looking, no, recite, you can increase your iman. No, simple things we do. If you don't connect it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His ni'mat, or asking Allah, Allah is saying, ask from me. Even if your shoelaces are broken, ask from me. How He wants to be close to us. Subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to be close to us. And we are so far away from Him. Because we're getting caught up with this. We're not getting caught up with the giver. If we're caught up with the giver who gives this, He said, thank you. As the poet says, it doesn't matter if it's a rose or the thorn of a rose, it comes from you. Then that time, good and bad, you say, is coming from Allah. And isn't that part of our faith? Amantu billah. Isn't that part of amantu? Higher and share is coming from Allah. So now your enemy, your ego is going to get stronger. Your nafs is going to get stronger. Everything else is going to get stronger. And then the first person, when they get ungrateful, what do? First thing, when they get ungrateful. They start complaining. Complaining. Some people, all they talk about is complain. They have no conversation. They don't know what's happening in the world. They don't know. Just, how are you? Oh, and then he starts, from his health, to his wife, to the husband, to the kids. Complain, complain. And then later on they say, Allah shukur. No, we cannot do that. It's not by words saying Allah shukur, it's not by words, it is by attitude. Our forefathers, our grandmothers, they suffer so much, yet they're smiling all the time. They never say anything. When you look at them, light appears in their faces. Then they say, Allah shukur. You sit with them, you get faith. You get stronger in your faith. Yes? You say, such calmness you have. Maybe they don't know too much. Maybe they're not praying so much too. But their hearts, they clean it for Allah. All the prayer, it is to clean the heart. All the zikr is to clean the heart. You understand? All the sadaqah, every zakat, everything that we are doing good is just to clean the heart. If you do everything and your heart is not clean, why are you doing it? Then it defeats the purpose. You're going up and down, you're reciting like a parrot, but you don't know that your jealousy is sitting there. You don't know your anger and your ungratefulness is all sitting. You're not getting rid. Allah. That's why this is spirituality now. This is tariqat, to look inside. So you stop complaining. Yes, it hurts. But you stop complaining. We say, Ya Rabbi, give me more patience. I'm complaining. You may say this, I'm complaining about my own weakness to you, Ya Rabbi. No one else understands. I'm complaining about my own weakness, not anyone else. Last night we did sajda shukr, no? Every night before going to sleep, make sajda shukr. What does that do? One of the things that you're going to say is, forgive all the sins I've committed to you. Everyone who has done wrong things to me, I forgive them. And all the wrong things I do to other people, Ya Rabbi, turn their hearts to make them to forgive me. Every night you are cleaning the record, you understand? And you're saying, I'm not going to ask for my rights on the day of judgment. Now on the day of judgment, every night, even if your ego hates it, you clean it, because this is the way of the prophets. So you have to, once you start doing that, then it is more easy for you to forgive, more easy for you to be in shukr. And the shukr means you have ni'mat, you have satisfaction. And you're not going to complain. Even wrong things, bad things happen to you, you say, Allah, give me so much good things. Yeah. This is just like zakat I'm giving. Does this what? Does it prevent someone? Where is Does it prevent someone, I'll repeat your question, from over the limits?
Yeah, for example, as example.
You must never go over the limit.
No, I mean like if someone.
If it prevents you from passing your limits, it's good.
Okay.
But if you mean, does it prevent someone from rising to their potential?
No, I mean like when you become more grateful,
Yes.
they say you know your limit of what you're going to eat. You're not going to go more beyond that. Does this help with that?
Yes, it does, but it's not only about limits of yourself. Like you, for instance, I give you things, you say, no, I cannot eat, because you know your limit, right? You don't have to eat, you can give someone. You understand? So now, tariqat is also to make you not to just think about yourself, your wife, your husband, your family, your tribe, your people. It's ummat. We are following. Now, as you rise higher in station, who is not from the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ? Yes, we are from his ummah. Yes, we are from his ummah. But let's say everything also is because of his mercy. He is the Prophet to all the prophets, isn't he? He is the Prophet to the angels, isn't he? He is a prophet of all jinns. He's a prophet of everything, isn't he? So now you also start to have more love to everything else too. It doesn't mean that you are going to agree with wrong things. Wrong is wrong, right is right. But you say wrong is wrong, but you are not going to feel arrogant. Someone is doing wrong, you're going to cover that person. You're going to look away and you're going to pray. That person asking you, you're going to try to help in the best way possible. Not to give command, not to make takfir, not to make fatwa. Do you understand? Hazrati Hassan and Hussein, they saw an old man making wudu wrongly. The grandsons of the Prophet ﷺ, they could have just corrected him, but they didn't. They play with each other saying, okay, yeah, Hussein, why are you washing like that first? Yeah, Hassan, this is what I learned. No, it is like this, Prophet is speaking loudly so the old man can listen. What does this mean? They don't go around breaking people's hearts. Why is hearts important? Because it is the throne of Allah. That's why in our way, Shaykh Naksibendi is saying it is better for you to break down the Kaaba than to break someone's heart. The Shaykh, the trainer, is different. The trainer is different. You don't break anyone's hearts. The trainer, they break, you think they break their heart, your hearts. When we scream at you, we do all sorts of things, we knock you wall to wall. They're not breaking your heart. They're breaking the idols in your heart. Do you understand? But each other, you're not going to say, oh, you break my heart, you break my heart. Don't. Murids cannot say that to each other. But you have to be careful, okay? So yes. Oh, you have another follow-up question? Okay, say quickly.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. May Allah forgive us, inshallah. All right, any other question? BismillahiRehmannirRahim. Yes, you finish your drink tea.
You mentioned this last night as well, when you mentioned about BismillahiRehmannirRahim, and you were just talking about showing mercy. It is.
So let me ask you first. I talk about BismillahiRehmannirRahim and you have a question. Now you know. Now you know. Haha. You all know why I'm smiling at him?
BismillahiRehmannirRahim.
No, not only that. He didn't even say BismillahiRehmannirRahim, yet he has a question about BismillahiRehmannirRahim. I'm not even asking you, because he's thinking so much about the BismillahiRehmannirRahim in the sohbat, I'm not even asking you how many BismillahiRehmannirRahim did you do today? You did some? Okay, then we cover for him. MashaAllah. Then what do you want? Medal?
No.
Okay, say.
BismillahiRahmannirRahim. As you were mentioning yesterday also about Bismillah, and you just mentioned about mercy, one of the things that I was kind of thinking today was, it is very difficult for the ego to show mercy. It is like impossible. it doesn't want to show mercy.
Okay, you keep describing the evil of the ego, we know that.
And I was just...
If you're talking about yourself, that it's difficult for you to, then I can smack you with words, with cane, with this, that, it doesn't matter. But if you're talking about the ego, you're separating yourself now.
My ego, to show mercy.
Yeah, because you're Lodi, that's why. Lodis are troublemakers. Huh? You know the Lodi in the Lodi dynasty, you know? They're shocked. Do you need mercy?
Yes.
Isa alayhi salam, he did not bring Shariat. Isa alayhi salam is following the Shariat of Musa alayhi salam. But Isa alayhi salam brought tariqat, spirituality. The Christians, they have spirituality, but they don't have Shariat. It will turn rotten too, and it did. Everything they're taking literal, this, that. And Isa alayhi salam is saying the golden rules of what he's coming to teach. One of them is? No, don't just say anything. It's also your thing. No, anything. One of them related to this. How you want to be treated, that's how you're going to treat people. Simple. Simple. How you want to be treated, treat other people the same. Do you want mercy? Give it. If you have to squeeze yourself, give, because you need that mercy. Otherwise, they're going to squeeze you. You have to smack yourself, do it. Do it against your ego. You do it more against your ego, the more power you have. Mercy to who? To your kids, who don't have any mercy? Family, friends, this, that. And then you must try to understand, why do you get this pleasure, this high from having authority? Why are you being a tyrant? Do you want Allah to be a tyrant to you? Subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I have forbidden tyranny to my... Allah is forbidding, making haram tyranny to himself. And he's saying, therefore, I forbid tyranny on you. Mercy. What do you understand from mercy anyway? What is mercy?
When I think about it, it's so vast, mercy.
Make it simple. You see, it's too much clever people, they use too many words. Shaykh, Islam.
One
Yes,
of the things we can say is to shield other people from my anger. One
interesting. You're not mentioning Allah. Did I say your mercy? I said mercy, right? Mercy from the mercy of the Holy Prophet, and mercy of Allah. But you're saying how to shield people from your anger. Okay, now, let's take that, shielding. What it means, shielding? Okay, what else? What else? No, don't think about words. This is experience. This is a thing. This is real. That's why, don't think so much words. Huh? Say fire is coming down and you shield. You're going to use words, protect this. What else is happening there? Huh? What? You are taking the heat yourself. Somebody has to pay. It's either that or that gets burned. Which prophet you're following? Musa alayhi salam or the Holy Prophet alayhi salam? Musa alayhi salam with the book of Shariat. This is it, this is it. They worship the golden calf. He's asking Allah to punish his nation. Allah sent a thick cloud that from Maghrib until Fajr, they were the correct ones, the good ones, were gathering the wrong ones who worship, and they were slaughtering them from Maghrib until Fajr. Punish them. Earlier nations, you make a sin, you commit something, it is there on your forehead. People can see what you did. Of course, awliya Allah can see. They can smell. But they cover. This is when haya comes. And haya, shyness, shame, is part of the characteristic of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It is part of your faith. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created his light and is showing so much love to that light, he turned away and he melted because of shyness from the gaze of his Lord. Certain things you have to decide now. You want to be punished? Punish. As much as you can take a pin, poke your hand. As much as you can stand the pain, then do it to others. Simple. You want to punish others? Punish yourself first. Do you like it? Don't talk about right or wrong. Everybody is right and wrong. Yes? You punish yourself. If you like it, then do it to others. If you don't like it, you shouldn't. And I don't think you're going to like it. Because all of us are in need of intercession and forgiveness. All of us. How you can think that you have the right to punish? How? If you're given the authority to punish, even the prophets are given the authority to punish. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, they cried after that. And when they stoned the Holy Prophet ﷺ in Taif, and the Hazrat Jibreel said 4 times, I came quickly into this world, quickly. From the highest paradises, from the arsh, quickly I came. And one of those times was when the Holy Prophet ﷺ bled, and his blood was going to fall. If it was going to fall, the anger that Allah is going to show for that will completely decimate this whole world. And he came and he saved it. And he said, do you want them to be punished? We can punish them. We can turn them whole upside down. He says, no. Forgive them. Inshallah, their children are going to accept Islam. And they did. And from that time until the time of the Wahhabis, it became one of the centers of the love of the Prophet ﷺ. They're doing nothing but salawats, nothing but praises, nothing but increasing the love of Habibullah ﷺ. That's why the Wahhabis hate Taif. And when they took over, they burnt everything. They ripped away the books, the Dalal al-Khairat, all the books of salawat and Darud al-Sharif that they do in beautiful work in leather, and they took it and they make them into shoes. So these are not words. Huh? Your enemy is not words. The enemies of Islam is not just words, just difference in opinions. No. There's blood spilled. You understand? You want to spill that blood? Spill that blood. If you like it, do it. But we are all in need of mercy. On the day of judgment, even the prophets are going to ask for intercession. They're not going to ask for justice. Everybody wants justice now. They say we don't want justice. Mankind is going to go from prophet to prophet asking for help. Why? Oh, subhanAllah, at that time suddenly mankind realizes the power of intercession, because no one can come near to their Lord that day because he's full of anger. Even Hazrat Isa, Ruhullah, is saying, I cannot intercede for you because I am in need of intercession because my nation calls me the Son of God. My Lord is angry today. And they're all waiting for who? Ahmad, Ahmad, Ahmad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So now we're following that. Maybe you have background from other ones too. That's why you like this. It's okay to have background. Know what is wrong. Stop it. Yes, this is a sickness. No. It's not somebody does something. Okay, never mind. Okay. Wait, I'm patient. I'm being very patient. Second time, I'm patient. Third time, and then you blow up. No. You have to swallow. You have to digest. And then you have to throw out. Which means if somebody does something also, you have to digest. Digest means what? You have to try to understand. Small situation like this, your home, your friends, nobody does something with just pure shaitanic influence. Nobody, please. Don't be so dramatic. Right? They're doing it because of this, but there's another deeper reason because of that, another deeper reason because of that, another deeper reason because of that, and sometimes so many deeper reasons. It could be that somebody had done something to them from an early age, and this is how they respond. So many of us are like that. Today's language, they call it what? Trauma. It could be because they want something from you, and you're not giving some emotional security. It could be they're opening their hearts, and that time you didn't see and you kicked them away. It could be that their hearts were broken. There are reasons. No child cries for no reason too. You're a parent, you know that. Although you don't like it, sometimes it's too much, but there's always a reason. So you have to digest. And then whatever that is good, you take. Whatever that is bad, you have to throw out. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh, he used to have a piece of stone. And from time to time, he would put it in his mouth so that he wouldn't speak. Pulling back. That stone is passed from Grand Shaykh to Grand Shaykh. Last, it was in the hands of our Grand Shaykh, Shaykh Maulana. What does that mean now? If one of the softest people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ever created, next to the Holy Prophet, remember he's the second of the two in the cave. When he recites Quran, he would cry, he would faint, he would pass out just from so much emotion. Yet he's putting that to stop himself from speaking. What does it say about us? That's why there are certain things I'm trying to make you to understand, I'm trying to break. Don't hide so much. Don't use too many words. Get to the bottom of things. Be sincere. Be blunt even. And this is the reason why. Then you can have a handle on it. Ego wants to make itself so complicated. But don't you see? When we talk about the ego, it's only 4 things in the ego. Out of these 4 things, hundreds and thousands of ways, yes, but only 4. Do you understand? And then mix around with people who have patience. We used to have Bilal here. He's no longer here. He's coming back, inshallah. Mix around with people who have patience. Don't see, why they're doing it. Don't say that. When you see them doing it, say, that's interesting. Why I'm not doing it like this. Don't close up your heart or your mind at that time. You understand? I mean, when you were young, you're getting punished so much anyway. I understand why you're asking the question too. I understand how you are. You're coming from very strict parents also. They're also coming from, let's say, military or this or that. Yes, all of us have reasons, but we have to break out from that because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Okay? Tamam. Assalamu alaikum. Evet. I think this much is enough. Thank you very much. I will see you later. Shaykh, bye.
سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس